Welcome to How to Play Farkle. This video will cover the overall game, Farkle scorekeeping and gameplay, general rules, and a few different game options. The objective of the game of Farkle is to be the first player to reach 10,000 points by rolling different combinations of dice. A player starts their turn by rolling all 6 dice. Certain combinations of dice are worth points. Any dice worth points are set aside, and the player decides whether to bank those points and end their turn, or pick up the remaining dice and roll again to try for more points. If points are scored with all 6 dice, a player can pick up all 6 dice and continue their turn. When dice are rolled and it results in no point value, it is called a Farkle.
Oh, man.
And the player's turn is over. Any points earned during that turn are lost. Only certain combinations of dice score points. 1s and 5s are special since they are worth points on their own. 1s are worth 100 points, 5s are worth 50 points. Other special combinations of dice are worth points. 3 of a kind is worth 100 times the face value of the dice, with the exception of 3 1s, which is worth 300 points. 4 of a kind is worth 1,000 points, 5 of a kind is worth 2,000 points, 6 of a kind, good luck scoring that one, is worth 3,000 points. A straight, 3 pair, and 4 of a kind plus 2 of a kind are all worth 1,500 points, and 2 3 of a kinds are worth 2,500 points. Here's a cheat sheet to help with scoring. There's a link in the description below. But we'll be using the Farkle app to easily keep track of scores and illustrate the combinations of scoring die. Now we'll go through a few sample turns to illustrate gameplay. We're using the Farkle app to keep score, but you can also use good old pen and paper. Player 1 rolls, sets aside the 3 2s, and rolls again. Player 1 then sets aside the 1 and rolls again. Now player 1 has 500 points. Although they've scored on all 6 dice and could pick up the dice and go again, they decide to bank their points and end their turn. Play moves to player 2. Player 2 rolls 3 pairs in one roll, which is worth 1,500 points. Wow! Since they scored on all 6 dice, they pick up the dice and roll again. They now roll 3 5s, which is worth another 500 points, plus a 1 for 100 points. Player 2 ends their turn, banking a total of 2,100 points. Play moves back to player 1. Player 1 rolls 2 sets of 3, worth 2,500 points. They could end their roll, but they're a little greedy, and pick up all the dice to roll again. Unfortunately, player 1 farkles with all 6 dice.
Aw, rats.
And loses all their points in this roll. However, they don't lose the points they banked in previous rolls. Play then continues back to player 2. Play continues to alternate between players until the end of the game. The first player to reach 10,000 or more points triggers the final round. Every other player gets one last turn to try and beat that score. If they don't beat the top score, their game is finished. If a player beats the top score, then the previous top player gets another turn. The cycle continues until no players beat the top score. The player with the highest score at the end wins. Now I'll cover a few more general rules of the game. A player must score a minimum of 500 points to initially get on the scoreboard. After you're on the scoreboard, a player can bank any amount of points during their turn. Points banked will not be lost if you farkle in subsequent turns. During a turn, scoring dice are set aside and remaining dice can be rolled to be scored. A player cannot add dice to previously set aside dice during a turn. The 4 1s rolled in separate rolls cannot be added together as 4 of a kind. This turn scores as 4 individual 1s, as 400 points, plus 50 points for the 5, for a total of 450 points. You must set aside at least 1 scoring die on every roll, but you don't have to set aside all the dice that scored. Sometimes you might want to pick up more dice to increase your chance of rolling something better on your next roll. There are several popular game options and variations that make playing Farkle even more fun. These options are described on the scoring cheat sheet and also included in the Farkle app. Farkle's a fun game to play with family and friends. Easy to learn, easy to play, and even better with the Farkle app. Hope you enjoy it. Happy Farkling.